What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and today we are checking out the AOMWAY Commander V1 FPV goggles. This is the version that does not come with the head tracker. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this bad boy right here. Very nice looking, nice gray color, very smooth texture, diversity receivers. We got a 3-point harness, very nice. I did have to do some work on the 3-point harness, so I'll explain that to you later. I'm using a Eachine, kind of like a Fatshark compatible battery. It's a 7.4 volt battery, and I had to use a Velcro strap, a battery Velcro strap, to connect it to my head strap here. So all in all, take a good look. Nice. It comes already with this little face foam piece already inserted and adhered to the faceplate module as well. So right out of the box, it came just like this, minus the battery, the strap, and the antennas. So that is how it came out of the box. It also has a anti-fog fan, so that is awesome. So let's talk about some of the good stuff about this FPV goggles. It's got 40 channels. It's got diversity receivers. As you can see, I got 2 different type of antennas. I got a circular polarized antenna. I'm pretty sure they're made by AOMWAY as well. And I have the patch antenna on the other one. And of course, that one is also made by AOMWAY. It's got a 16:9 aspect ratio, which you can switch over to 4:3 aspect ratio to your liking. It has a built-in DVR. Yep. There's the micro SD card slot right on the top, and it is also capable of playback as well. And it can take up to a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. So it comes with 2 different antennas. They are both SMA connectors, and we also have a anti-fog fan. That is just awesome, built in right into the goggles itself. So that is just fantastic. Now, the 40 channel, you are able to manually search, or you can just auto search as well. It is also compatible with the Fatshark Diopter lens as well. You can slide the Diopter lens just like the Fatshark goggles. And the operating voltage on this thing here is 7 volts on up to 18 volts, in which I'm using a 7.4 volt battery, but you are able to use from 2S all the way up to 4S batteries to power supply the needs of these goggles. Now, it also has this head tracking port right here. It's the PlayStation 2 type port, and you are able to buy the head tracker device and the cable separately, and you can use and track your head movements as well. But we got the one that does not come with all the apparatus. Now, it also has a HDMI in, as well as an audio video in and out, dual purpose audio video jack here. And we also have a headphone jack as well, so that is awesome. The resolution of the display is 854 by 400, so it's a WVGA quality display, and the field of view is 32 degrees. Okay, so let's talk about some of the bad stuff about this FPV goggles. The straps are very cheaply made, guys. Yeah, I had to do a lot of sewing just to get it working. These Velcro tabs that are sewn onto the elastic band here, it just started to peel right off. The sewing wasn't good at all, so I had to go in and sew this on back myself so that I can utilize it. So that's one of the bad things, as well as the top part of the 3-way strap. However, the top part of the 3-way strap's Velcro was sewn in pretty good, but it was sewn in all the way to the front here. So the maximum amount that I could actually adjust it was right around here. Well, I'm exaggerating. It was right there. As you can see, that little notch indentation, that's where it was when I got it. So it was right around here, in which it is too long. It does not function. So I had to remove the thing and put it way back here, so I could actually use it and have a little bit of room and fit my head. I don't know if you got a big head or a little head. Then if you got a small head, then this part of the strap is not going to work. You're going to have to move this back. So yeah, it's made for big-headed people, I guess. And this one was peeling off as well, so I had to go in and sew this one on as well. So the strap needed a lot of work just to get it functional. So that was one of the bad things. Now, the battery connection cable that comes with this FPV goggles, let me go ahead and show you how it comes in. It comes in this little bag here. Let me go ahead and open it up. There's a couple of cables in this bag. There's the audio video cable, the in and out audio video cable that will come in handy. This is the battery cable that comes along with this FPV goggles. Yeah, so as you can see, you can power it up with a 4S battery. You can power it up with a 3S battery, as well as a 2S battery, in which I have one right here available. So you can go ahead and power this up with a 2S battery. So that is pretty cool. Now there's a battery holder with a Velcro strap right on the back of the 3-point harness. That is where you should be putting your battery if you're going to use this battery cable. Now, so there's this little belt loop on the elastic strap, and there's another little belt loop on this elastic strap right here in the front. So what you need to do is connect this cable and run it through all the way to the front here, and then you can go ahead and plug it in for power. And as you can see now, I can utilize a 2S, 3S, or a 4S battery utilizing this little connection. So you plug this in. So I got it plugged in. Now I can go ahead and power up my goggles. So yeah, so all is good, right? Let me power it up, and it beeps a little bit telling you that it's powered on. Now, when you're ready to take it off and put it in the case, you have to take this off. You can't just leave it on there because it won't fit in the case. So you're gonna have to take this off, and you're gonna have to undo the battery from the balance charge little device, take it off, and take the battery off so you can put it in the case. And what I mean by you can put it in the case is because this is the case that comes with this FPV goggles. Yeah, that's it. So let me go ahead and there's a little indentation for the nose area, so let me go ahead and put it in here. So I'm just going to show you the strap part. All right, so that's it. That's just about everything you can put in the case and close it up. You can't put anything else in there. You don't want to put that battery cable in there and continue to mess this part up back and forth like that. It'll come undone, and you're going to have to replace that little connection and all that. So yeah, as you can see, the battery connection cable is not convenient at all. And also the fact that the battery or the 3-point harness strap has this little plastic for the Velcro. Yeah, it's a plastic Velcro closure. Right here is where your ears sit when you put this on. So this little plastic kind of cuts into your ears a little bit. So that I felt like that was a little you know, pain in the butt. Every time I have to lift it up above my ears just to get it to fit comfortably. So that's another bad part about this. And another bad thing about this is these are the Ipd adjusters, the sliders, the interpupillary distance adjusters. Very sticky. It doesn't slide very well. I can move it and it jumps over, so I gotta push it back slightly and then push it back the other way slightly just to get it perfectly where I want it. So the kind of sticky inner pupillary distance sliders. And the fact that I looked around on the whole FPV goggles, there's no micro USB port. So every time you want to take out the recorded stuff from your micro SD card, you have to take it out. you have to remove the micro SD card and put it on your computer. As I recall, the SKyzone goggles had a micro USB port, or you can just connect to your computer and you can do all your data transfer without the need to take your micro SD card out of the FPV goggles. Now remember, when you insert the micro SD card and remove the micro SD card, you should not have this thing powered on. So that's what I mean. You don't want to have it powered on and remove the micro SD card and reinsert the micro SD card by mistake. So that's one of the bad things about it as well. And this one does not come with any batteries. So you're going to have to supply your own battery, either with the Fatshark barrel style connector battery, or you're going to have to supply your own 2, 3, or 4S battery. So it does not come with a battery. And the fact that the case is just so small, you can't put anything in here. So let me go ahead and show you. These are the antennas that came with it. I can't possibly put those in there, so I have to remove the antennas like every other goggles. So that is okay with me, because all the other goggles, you got to remove the antennas before you put it in the case. So let's go ahead and do that. Put it in here and put all the strap right in here. There's no room to put the antennas in there, nor the battery. The battery will not fit in here anywhere unless you shove it in there and take the chance of it scratching up the lens or something like that. So no room for battery, no room for antenna. So let me go ahead and close it up, and I just clear the SMA connections right there, that little port. Look at that. So I kind of have to shove it in order to close the case. So another thing that is bad is that the case is kind of small. It is nice though, but it is kind of small. Okay, so let's check out what else we get in the box. We've already seen the audio video in and out cable, as well as the battery cable and the case that it comes with, and the 2 antennas, one of them patch, one of them circular polarized antenna. And we get this instruction manual. Pretty good instruction manual. It goes on to show you everything you need to know. And we get an extra face foam protector. Let's check it out. I love it when it comes like that. Kind of looks like you could use the middle portion of it as well, but there's nothing you can do with this one here. So you get another one like this, and there's no double-sided sticky tape. So I checked it out, and here's a pretty cool part about this faceplate thing. Oops. Oh man, I think I peeled off this part that's supposed to stay on the faceplate there. So oops, yeah, I did it again. Well, there you go. There's another kind of a bad part about this. So you're supposed to take this off. It's velcroed on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-glue that part on. So the sticky part of that velcro, the rough part, okay, this side is coming off. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it. Oh man, it just comes right off. So as you can see, the stickiness of this thing is not that great. So you're gonna have to glue it back on or something like that. But you can remove it and you can put a new one in. And this one already came installed, like I said, just like this. And it fits pretty good. You put it on your face and no light seeps in. Pretty comfortable. I like it. So there you have another one like this. And let's go ahead and check out the box here. This is the box that it came in, and let me go ahead and open it up. And everything was protected in there. All of the accessories were right here, and the case was sitting right in there, and the goggles were inside of the case. So that is everything that came with the AOMWAY Commander V1 goggles. All right, so let's check out some of the functional buttons that are laid out on the top of the goggles. We got a channel band button, we have a mode button, we have a DVR button, and we have a HT or head tracker / fan button. Let's go start with the channel band button. Short pressing of it will change the channels. A long pressing of it will change the band, and even a longer press of it will initiate the auto search, in which it will flip through the 40 channels and lock into the strongest signal, and that whole process will take you about 6 seconds. So just awesome. Here is a mode button, and this button juts out of the goggles, and it is a 5-way joystick plus a push down button as well. So a short press will change the modes, the display modes, that is. It will go from audio video 2D, in which the 16:9 will be displayed first, and another press of it will flip over to the 4:3, and another press of it will flip over to the audio video 3D and HD 2D and HD 3D. A long press of it will turn on and off the RF signal. So if you need to turn it off, you can go ahead and long press it and it'll turn off the RF signal. And you do that if you want to use the DVR function. So we go diving directly into the DVR function. A short press of it will start the recording and stop the recording. But first, you're going to have to get into the Dvr Activated Mode first. So long pressing of it will activate the DVR, and a small little square or rectangle that says REC will appear, and short pressing of it will start to make it blink. That means you are recording, and another short press of it will stop its blinking, so you have stopped. Now it also acts as the up and down and left to right or back and forward in the DVR mode, the replay mode. So we're going to check that out in a minute. And this button over here is the head tracker button. Long press of it will activate the head tracker. Another long press of it will deactivate it. A short press of it will activate the anti-fog fan. But once activated, the fan will run for 10 minutes. You are not able to short press it again to turn off the fan. It will automatically go on for 10 minutes unless you unplug the power and then restart the process. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look inside of the display. I'm going to put my recording device right up against the lens and run you through all of the stuff. So let's go ahead and check that out. Okay, here we go. I got the recording device situated just about perfectly on one of the display units. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and hit that channel and band button, and that will bring up that little display on the upper left corner. Let me go ahead and zoom in on that or lock on it so you can see it. It is showing you the frequency, the channel, and the actual band, and how many volts that we have. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and long press it or short press it to change the channels. I already have a device kind of set up there. Okay, so short pressing of it changes the channels, and I'm going to go ahead and long press it. Okay, that changes the frequency. Couple of beeps. And you got to do this for each frequency and let go. Long press it and let go, and it will change the frequency. All right, so now even a longer press is going to beep 3 times this time. Okay, I'm going to hold it down beyond the double beeps. Now it will initiate an auto search, and it is searching throughout all of the 40 channels. And check it out, I have locked into the strongest signal that we have. I got a little quadcopter here positioned right in front of the product box, so you can kind of check it out right there. All right, so that's how easy it is to lock into the strongest frequency with the auto search. So that is just fantastic. Now what we are going to do is we're going to change the contrast and the brightness, but I'm going to hit the joystick, which is the mode button, to the left. And as you can see, I am going down in value of brightness, and moving it to the right, I am going up in value of brightness. So which is very, very cool. I don't have to get into a settings and flicker over to change the brightness or the contrast. I'm going to move it down now, pull it towards myself, And as you can see, I'm decreasing the value of the contrast and pushing it away from me. I am increasing the value of the contrast. So just fantastic in that aspect. You can just go ahead and change the brightness and the contrast with just one button. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and hit the DVR button, which is another 5-way joystick here. I'm going to go ahead and, oops, I have some light filter going on right here. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and hit that DVR button and activate the DVR by long pressing it. So let me go ahead and situate the phone a little bit better because it's sliding off. There you go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit that button, long press it to initiate or activate the DVR. As you can see, that little rectangular button came up that says REC. Now we are in the DVR. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and short press it, and it's going to start recording, and the REC button will start blinking. There you go. It is recording, and a short pressing of that DVR button will stop the recording. So that's how easy it is to record stuff onto this FPV goggle. So that's just awesome. Now you want to go ahead and play back something that has been recorded already. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn off the RF signal, and to do that we're going to hold down the mode button and long press it, and it will turn off the RF signal. Let me go ahead and do that. There you go. The RF signal is lost. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug my quadcopter here. And now we are in the DVR mode. So I'm going to go ahead and hold that button down, that DVR button down, and long press it. It will bring up a menu. And let me go ahead and center and focus in on that menu. There's the DVR menu, the playback menu, in which you can execute by hitting that 5-way joystick to the right, and it will bring up all of the recordings that I have just done. This is recording number 23, and if I go ahead and flick that button to the right one more time, it will activate it. And as you can see, it is activating it and showing that it is 1x, and it just stopped. All right, so I can also scroll through all of the recordings that I have previously done. I'm at 23. Let me go ahead and try and see if I can focus in on that. Okay, I'm at 23. I can go back down to 22, 21, all the way down. And oh gosh, I have a lot of recording. There we go. We are seeing a little bit clearer. Sorry about that. Okay, let's start off with this one here. I'm going to flick it to the right. That will start the playback. And I can also increase the speed 2x, 3x, 4x, 8x. And there you go. And go back down to 1x, which is so cool. I can hit it backwards, and it will reverse. 1x, 4x, or 2x, 4x, 8x, and back down to 1x, which is just fantastic. Just in case you lose your quadcopter somewhere and you need to find it, you can go forward, whoops, and you can go backward and mark your spot where it landed, so you can go ahead and look for your quadcopter. So this playback feature is just awesome, and I love it. And you can go ahead and pause it. You can go ahead and restart it. So just absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it towards the left. It will take me back to the menu. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit, or focus. And then I can go ahead and scroll through. Like I can format the SD card, choose the language. I have a choice of recording modes in which I can just leave it on default. I can make it auto start or auto start continuous. I'm just going to leave it at default. You can turn on and off the audio. If you want audio, you can turn it off, and you can go and take a look at the version, which is 1.2. So I'm going to hit it to the left and get out of the DVR playback and the menu, and we are just in the recording mode. Okay, let me go ahead and stop it right around here, and that is just about all of the functions that I wanted to show you within the goggles itself. As I was saying, one of the cool things about this FPV goggles, it has a fan button in which it will activate the anti-fog fan built in right on the FPV goggles itself. Now, once you press it, it will activate the fan for 10 minutes at a time. So if you want to turn it off, you'll have to unplug the power supply going into the FPV goggle. So let's go ahead and hit it. Let me be quiet so you can hear that there's nothing on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit it. You can barely hear it. I couldn't hear it while I had it on my face. I had to bring that fan right up to my ear in order to hear that the fan was on. So very, very quiet operating fan. And it works fantastic on days when the temperature is cold and you put the goggles on and you got all this fog because your face is hotter than the lens. It starts to fog up and you just hit that button and all of the fog just disappears. Fantastic. Okay, so the question is, do I like it? Now, I've used these FPV goggles for the last week or two. I've flown a bunch of different types of quadcopters, both indoors and outdoors. And I'll have to say, yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, it's very clear. The video quality is just awesome. It's right on par with the Fatshark Dominator V3 goggles and the SKyzone V2 goggles. Very easy to find your frequency and channels. You can lock it in by using that auto search. In 6 seconds, you're locked in, ready to go. Very easy to use the DVR. And there's also a playback feature on this DVR, which is just awesome, that some of the other FPV goggles do not have. So you can check out the flight that you have just flown, see if you like it or you have to fly it again. You can check out if you lost your quadcopter, dropped to the ground, and the battery got dislodged. You can go ahead and rewind. You can go ahead and forward to locate exactly where your last transmission was to go and find your quadcopter. So just a fantastic, fantastic playback feature. I think every FPV goggles should have that feature. Now, do I recommend it? Well, if you are looking to buy the Fatshark Dominator V3 goggles, which is way over 400, it gets close to 450. It is not a diversity receiver FPV goggles. This one is, and it also comes with these antennas. It does not come with a battery, however, but this is just on par. And I believe these come in at right around $366 at regular price. Now, there must be some coupon codes. I've seen the price, I believe, came down to about $277 with a coupon code. I'll link that coupon code down below. If not, you can always use the RC18 off at GearBest to bring the price down 18% if it is at regular price. If it's like 12% off, it will bring an additional 6% down, so 18%. Okay, if it's beyond 18%, like 20%, you will not be able to use that 18% off discount coupon. But if there is a coupon code, I believe there is, I'll link it down below so you can check that out. Now, do I want this one or do I want the SKyzone V2 goggles, which is just on par? That one came in at right below $300, and that's a diversity FPV goggles with diversity receivers as well. But now this one comes with these better antennas, circular polarized, plus a patch antenna. That one, the SKyzone V2s, just came with stick antenna. It did not come with a battery as well. Now, but this one comes with the anti-fog fan. So if you cannot live without the anti-fog fan, these AOMWAY goggles are for you. Okay, now, like I said, I've flown a bunch of quadcopters in the last week or two. I've got a bunch of recordings that I've recorded on the DVR, and I'm going to go ahead and play it for you now. So that concludes my review of the AOMWAY Commander V1 FPV goggles. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.